Tired, huh?
A little.
Yeah.
Just a little.
Yeah.
All right, man. It's been a while.
Been a year? Is that the... Oh, man. It's been more than a year, hasn't it?
I don't think it's been more than a year.
Did we not start 2017?
Oh, man. I hope not.
I
I hope we ultimately just started around, like, the end of 2017, so it felt like it was 2018.
Well, I guess... I don't even remember, because we made the channel before Matt started his. And Matt's already uploaded a full playthrough.
We started the channel before Matt made his, even though he's the founder of Loud Lights.
Yeah. You see that he changed his name?
Yes, I enjoy it. I was talking to him about it, and I was like, this is much better.
Matt does a lot. What is it? Matt does a lot of things?
Yeah, Matt does a lot of things.
Yeah. Now I gotta change all of my video titles, which I haven't done yet.
Whew, man, have fun with that.
That's featured him.
That are feeded.
Yeah, feet dot. Why does every song have feet?
Man, he's not even that good.
I barely hear him. What's up, everyone?
Oh man, it's been some time.
It's been some. Welcome to the Loud Lights, Bright Noises podcast.
I'm so glad that we remember the name of it.
2019. Of course, I remember the name.
Oh yeah, it's just the name of the channel.
Yeah,
this podcast.
Yeah, exactly. I'm DJ, aka Tyson from Fierce Punch.
And I am Michael, aka King Tut's cousin.
KTC.
KTC.
So it has been a while. We uploaded one podcast and 2 gameplay videos.
AKA, we're coming after the newly vacated Let's Play spot. Game Grumps.
Yeah, let's talk. That's literally the first thing I wanted to mention. So, rip in peace, super best friends.
Rip in peace.
Rip in peace, Matt, Wolves, and Pat.
Our 3 dads are no longer together. And, man, if there was ever a group of... I just hated seeing that notification come up on my phone.
Oh, the final, right?
Super best friends... in brackets, final, all caps, and like it's one of those things where you look at it and you don't need to watch it
to know what it is. Yeah,
because in your head you're like, this has been in the back of my head. Is this it? And then you just hit it, and then it doesn't start with an animated intro. It doesn't start with the guitar riff. It just starts with a straight cold camera on Woolie's face, looking real sad, and I'm like, this isn't gonna be good.
It's really funny because I saw that thumbnail. I was like, what is this now? Are they the next one? Are they the next split to happen in my list of YouTube my YouTube groups that I love to watch?
What do they call themselves? The Zaibatsus.
Yeah, the Zaibatsu.
Another Zaibatsu broken up. And what was even like not worse, but like that happened, and then a few weeks later, I want to say maybe a week and a half, 2 weeks later, Super Eye Patch Wolf uploaded a video, his video, why you should still watch Hunter x Hunter, which I recommend watching because it's really, really solid and it gives good reasons to still watch it. But at the end, he's talking about how he's just, like, starting to get tired and, like, he's starting to, like, the YouTube game is, he says, starting to wear on him, and I'm like, oh no, please.
Here's another guy going on a break.
Please, no, not my Irish god.
Oh,
please,
man.
No, you're awesome, Super Eye Patch Wolf. Take a break, don't leave.
Now, let me ask you a question. Do you unsubscribe to channels that are dead?
It depends if I like them originally enough.
Yeah.
It turns into like the real test of, did you actually like this channel, or are you subbing just because they're active and you want to support them? Like,
yeah.
I'm not. I don't think I'm ever gonna unsub from Super Best Friends.
Mm-hmm.
Just because. It's now an archive channel of. Just memories at this point, because like I don't know about you, but I started watching them after you and our mutual friend Nick showed them to me through their Man vs. Wild.
Yeah, the Machinima ones. I've seen them before that. But I wasn't super into it beforehand. Well, like, not super into it. I would watch it and I'd laugh, but I always took it as, like, oh, here's, like, a funny Machinima show.
Right.
And not, here's the best friend channel. You know what I mean?
It's
a show.
Yeah, like, that's what it felt like in the beginning, and then once I saw that they had, like, I think it was when it was still broken up into seasons on Machinima, and then I would just binge the seasons. I'm like, man, these guys are funny. I wonder if they have their own channel. And then I saw they did back, and that's when it was still called The Switcher.
Yeah.
With a 1 instead of an I.
Oh, man. I forgot. There's so many people that change their names because of, like, how ease of access to change your name on YouTube.
Right.
Yeah.
And I remember one of the few videos they had on there, they had the Woolie's Epic Yarn video. They had, like, 2 or 3 other ones, and then they had their Resident Evil... Was it I think it was RE2. RE2 was on PlayStation?
Yes.
I'm bad at games.
Hey, what? Wait. Yes.
Like it was first on the PlayStation, right? RE2?
RE2, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And they did an RE2 playthrough, and I remember watching it, and I'm like, okay, cool, it's gonna be like that Machinima video. And I started watching it, and I'm like, man, There are no cuts in this video whatsoever.
Is that the first one you saw? The first Let's Play?
That's the first Let's Play of anything I saw. And then what really sucked is, I think at part 5 or 6, the audio desyncs.
Really?
Like, it desyncs bad.
Oh, wow.
By hard multiple seconds. And I'm watching it and I'm like, am I watching this right? Am I missing something? I don't know.
Because first you think it might be like your video player, like, fucking up. Yeah.
So then I checked my connection settings and all that, and I was like, no, everything's okay.
It's
and
the
then,
video,
then
yeah.
I rewind like 2 or 3 times, and it keeps happening. I'm like, oh, okay, so the audio desync.
That's crazy. I didn't know about that.
Oh yeah, and then after that they had the Shattered Memories video, like the one-off, and then I think after that is when they did Downpour, and that's when I got Matt to start watching.
Mm-hmm.
That's right when we were senior year in high school.
Wow, that's funny.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
And we were starting to watch the Downpour playthrough, and then as that was going on, I think Matt and Woolie's old school playthrough of Donkey Kong Country was going on, so we were both watching that. And I think sometime mid last year, the part 1 of Downpour breached 1 million views.
Yeah,
and that is such an awesome achievement.
I remember the two specific things that got me into Best Friends was like the Fighterpedia.
That's right.
Because that's when I was big into like competitive fighting games. Mm-hmm. Like I was watching a lot of like Evo, watching a lot of like the that kind of thing.
Right.
And Fighterpedia was like a funny thing from that. Because Woolie fought Daigo.
Oh my god.
Got bodied.
What a video. That video and the UMVC3 video are always going to be in history.
Yeah, it's too bad. Like I thought that one was hilarious, but it's too bad that it I mean it's fake, granted.
What is?
The UMVC3 video where they're like, oh, who's this guy coming in with this stick? Hair. But it turns out Pat and Matt are like.
I'm talking about the one when.
I'm talking about the Machinima one.
I'm not talking about the Machinima one.
Oh.
I thought we were talking about Woolie videos.
Oh, you mean the girls?
I'm talking about the girls.
Oh, that's not you. That's MVC. That's like the original Marvel vs. Capcom 3. Yeah.
Oh, you're right.
That's the original release of Marvel vs. Capcom 3.
Sorry, not UMVC3. I don't do video games good.
But then again, the one I'm talking about is also MVC3, so no, that doesn't make a difference really.
Fair. Regardless,
yeah. Oh, the other one was Heavy Rain, the one I watched to completion in like one straight like go through.
The LP.
Yeah. Because I was like laying in bed. I had my small laptop back then. I was just like, all right, I guess I'll watch this. I don't have life.
I don't have a life because I choose to have many.
Fucking yeah. All right. Whoever wrote that, thank you for giving me a bullshit excuse on why I play video games so much.
Good lord.
Because that's not true.
Oh man. Those gamer shirts are making a resurgence on my Twitter feed, and they're amazing, dude. Do you know there's the one that I heard Pat and Woolie talk about on the new on their podcast now, and it was the one with the picture of Vegeta,
mm-hmm.
and it says there's a place for me in hell. It's called a throne.
I feel like he's never said that.
Of course he hasn't. It's just an edgy boy thing to put on a shirt, and then you'll see some guy. Well, I think it's along the same lines of people that wear Tap Out.
Oh yeah,
and it's just like, man, this looks so badass.
Yeah.
Like I'll bet hard money that out of the 12s of people that listen to this, you will have seen one person at a gym that has a shirt that says something close to this.
Yeah. I think I've seen like the Frieza one, the Final Form one at a gym before.
Okay, well I have that one.
Oh, that's right. You have that one, yeah.
Because I got that from a popular fitness YouTuber who makes awesome shirts, and that's one of the only reasons I got it. I
forgot you had that shirt, but I saw that when I was going to the gym like a while ago. But I remember seeing it. I was like, oh, that's Dragon Ball.
It's such an easy way or an easy thing to put into the fitness world of Dragon Ball because there's so many people where like just looking at Goku and Vegeta in the hyperbolic time chamber.
Yeah.
That watching them train, they were like, "Yo, I want to get just that strong, do push-ups."
That's not where it happened, but well, I think you're thinking about the gravity
the gravity chamber, man.
The gravity room.
I never watched Dragon Ball. I never got into it.
Dang.
It was never my shtick, man. I watched Cowboys in Space and then Space Jazz and.
I'll say a lot of mainstream anime is like a definite like it's taking a lot of inspiration from Dragon Ball
sure.
Like general. Dragon Ball and Dragon Ball Z.
Well, yeah.
Because I guess those two are kind of different. So, you asked me before this started, any new animes you've seen? What's something new you've seen?
I recently completed Mr. Tonagawa, Middle Management Blues, and that is by far one of the best anime of 2018, and don't at me.
Don't at me.
Don't at me. That's...
I'm sure the people that agree with you are like, thank God.
Seriously, because it for those of you who don't know, it's a spin-off anime of an already pretty niche anime in itself called Kaiji, which is about a 20-something, or 21, 22-year-old kid guy.
Kid guy. 20-year-old protagonist kid boy.
Yeah, 22-year-old protagonist boy guy kid. And he gets into like a bunch of debt with a loan company, and lo and behold, he has to go through these weird and crazy tasks. And you'd think it's something along the lines of, oh, it's like, it has to be like Hunger Games where he has to kill people. No, he has to win a game of rock, paper, scissors in which you have a limited amount of rock, paper, and scissors you can use. And he has, I think, 3 hours or 4 hours, something like that, to get it done. And there's like 400 people that have to do this. And if you lose, you get taken to this dark room and no one knows what happened. It's real ominous, and like it's just real over the top, high tension, high surrealism levels of like far surpassing Jojo, of just like borderline why is this here, and it's just showing symbolism in a scene. Like if someone feeling like really tense and his stomach's in knots, it would make a cobra wrap around him to show how tight he's feeling, and all visualizations like that. But the spin-off anime, Mr. Tonagawa, is about one character from Kaiji who is the second in command to the president of this finance corporation, and it's just his day-to-day. It's a slice-of-life anime, but it's all based around basically the villains of this other show, but seeing them in a different light. You see that they're people too, they have their own aspirations, yada yada yada. And it's just really funny, it's charming, it has a lot of very well done surrealism, and if you haven't noticed, I really appreciate that when they throw in just bonkers off the wall visuals to help represent what they're trying to get across. Because what better way to get your point across than just to show your point?
Yeah.
And to make it known. Like the one that we were just watching, there was a guy that was on the fence of eating a new food, and then the guy next to him like gave him a look and shook his head and yeah man, you got this, like try this food. And then it showed a visual of him, the guy who was on the fence, dressed in a blue dress and long blonde hair, jumping.
It was pink actually.
Well, it wasn't. Was it pink? It was?
Yeah.
Man,
the guy was wearing blue.
Oh, you're right. Sorry. The guy was wearing blue, dressed as
he was like a prince.
Yeah, like a prince. And then the guy who was on the fence, dressed in a pink dress with long blonde hair, and he's like jumping off and like hoping of catching me.
Yeah, it's like an interpretation of like, should I trust him?
Yeah, it's a trust fall, and it's just, and then it happens, and then it shows him just freaking out, thinking the food's amazing. There's lightning going off behind him, and it's just like those visuals are so nice to see, because it's just like, all right, someone's just doing it. They're not trying to be subtle about it, and just be goofy.
I'm surprised you haven't watched Konosuba.
It's on the list.
Is that the list of like?
Yes.
Yeah. Is that the list of? Oh yeah, I'll watch that.
Yeah.
Someday.
It's just as long as my list that you made for my stuff.
The what? The list I made for your stuff?
Yeah.
Oh, you mean the list of like
my
the ones you suggested me?
Yeah. And it's like, oh, I'll get to it.
Yeah. I watched Black Bullet. I feel like I said that the last podcast.
Yeah, I think you did, because you knew the only reason you were right was because there was a lolly in it. Oh, sorry, not a lolly. It was a lolly.
To be fair, I didn't know that going in.
I didn't know it, and I watched the whole thing.
I knew Black Bullet from Dengeki Bunko, the fighting game.
Oh, true.
And usually those are like my catalyst for like what I like to watch and what I like to. Funny enough, like Dengeki Bunko is my catalyst for like anime that I want to watch, and like Project Cross Zone's like my catalyst for what video games I want to get next. Because there's so many like you see so many like different characters in like a small environment that you just want to see what their world is like.
Right.
Yeah. But Konosuba is very similar to that. It's just I was telling Eliza that it was like it's like the antithesis of like the modern reborn in another world shit. You know, it's the one that's like, well, ReZero. I'm sure you've heard of that one.
I've heard of it. I haven't watched it though.
That's the one that's like really really dark and like super serious almost. And Konosuba is like the opposite end of that spectrum, where it takes itself seriously to a point, but it's also really silly, and it's kind of like jokey with how it takes like the another world kind of thing. Yeah.
Okay.
It's always like they're kind of like the B team of like, or the C team of like the reborn another world team.
Wait a minute, I know what you're talking. No, yeah, I actually have watched. I think when I was over at our other friend Michael's house, not my own house.
I was at my house.
I was at Michael's house, and
Yeah.
it was awesome. And I think he threw on like a few minutes of it because we were just like kind of sampling anime that night. We were just picking through the front age of Kiss anime,
Yeah.
so we could see what was new and worth watching.
I'm curious what his anime tastes are like, because he seems very stern and serious.
What's interesting is like we used to talk about it, and he used to tell me, he was like, I'm so sick and tired of seeing the big manly guy. This is why I watch shows where little girls kick ass. How do you think I found out about Black Bullet?
Huh. Really? That's how you found out about it?
Yeah, he was like, oh, dude, look at this thing. They're like these big monster things. These little girls just kick them really hard and they blow up. And I'm like, nah, no way. And he shows me. I'm like, yo, that's rad.
Huh.
And then that's how I found Chaika.
Really?
Yeah.
I remember you told me he showed it to you. I remember that.
And then that's how I found out. That's how I found out about Deadman Wonderland. But he didn't watch it. Good for him. I did. Unfortunate for me.
Yeah, you didn't like it, right?
Oh, good lord! It just like, there's nothing worse than when, like, okay, you're watching a movie, right?
Mm-hmm.
And the end of the movie brings you back
To the
like
beginning.
like a day before the beginning of the movie,
Mm-hmm.
and then there's never a sequel.
Mm.
And it's like, what did you just show me the entire story, but you just put the first episode at the end?
Ah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Or
I do know what you mean.
Not
yeah.
the first episode, but like the last scenes
Yeah.
could have been like the intro
Of
and,
the beginning.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they could have made it like half the episode the prologue, do a cold open, and then have the actual like theme song intro halfway through the episode, and finish off with a credits on screen
Yeah.
on the action instead of having like an actual credit sequence.
I don't know. I can't remember an anime like that, but I've definitely seen something like that before.
I might be remembering wrong if anyone has watched it and cares enough to fact check me, but I still do.
First comment, it's like the manga was better.
Fair. You're probably 100% right, and I wouldn't disagree. What's crazy, too, is back to the Kaiji thing real quick. Kaiji finishes, not abruptly, it finishes at the end of an arc, but it won't be continued as an anime. I think it has in a different form, like under a different name. I don't know if it's Kaiji or not.
Right.
But I do know that if you wanted to keep watching, you better know how Mahjong works, because there's a lot of Mahjong.
The sequel series?
Yeah.
I think I've seen that on the thing.
There's a lot, and there is...
Yeah, Mahjong is super popular in Japan.
And there is, I'm not sure, I don't think they would do such a thing in a show like that. I don't think they would do here's how you play Mahjong intro basics, and then we're gonna do the Ippo thing, we're gonna make more complicated techniques as the show goes on. We're gonna show you how those work. No, it's just gonna show you Mahjong. And
really?
I don't know, I haven't watched it.
Okay, because a lot of sports animes are like that, where it's like, it's almost like every episode is like a breakdown of like one type of technique in said sport. And as it keeps going and going, you start to learn how to fully like understand the whole game.
Right. Okay.
At least that's my interpretation from like watching like the Kuroko's basketball and there's something else that I watched.
That lolly basketball one.
Oh, I haven't seen that one yet. It's not on Crunchyroll, and I can't find it on Blu-ray. So
That sucks.
So Rokubu still not seen by me yet.
But absolutely hailed as the pinnacle.
Listen,
I am listening. I'm listening hard.
Small girls going Kobe. That's my shit.
Kobe.
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 That's my shit, man. You know, it's funny because I'm pretty sure Kobe can speak Japanese.
No fucking way.
He speaks like so many fucking languages.
Did you know that John Cena can speak Mandarin Chinese?
Does he?
Yes.
Like fluently?
Yeah.
That's incredible.
Dude, like, cause I was watching a thing on I think it might have been the GQ channel on YouTube. I'm not sure, but it was like a day in the life kind of thing where it was like breaks down the day, and it had John Cena doing his, and he was like, "Well, I do this, and then I do that, and then I get up and I go to the gym, and then I do work, and then I do appearances." And he was like, "And then in my downtime, I try and learn other languages." I was like, "What the fuck is going on?
Holy shit!
Like, really?" And then it shows him like playing what seems to be like a Duolingo type app, and where he's just fucking doing Chinese.
Yeah.
And I'm like, wow,
that's awesome.
That's fascinating.
That's incredible because
Yeah.
I'm sure he's busy as fuck.
Oh yeah, dude.
Because I think I read somewhere that he out of all like the wrestlers, he does the most charity work, and it's like he's already so busy that he's still doing charity work.
He has the most amount of Make-A-Wish fulfillments.
That's awesome.
He is like oh man.
I can't be a John Cena hater when I hear shit like that.
Seriously.
Actually, I've never been a John Cena hater. I think all the jokes about him are funny.
Dude, there was a time where they tried to make him a heel, a bad guy.
Oh really?
And oh my god, it just didn't fucking work. Like, I think they tried it for a week or two, and they're like, "This is not gonna work." Like they're just gonna cheer for him regardless.
Yeah.
Cheer or they're gonna laugh.
It's like casting Will Smith as like a bad guy. It just doesn't work.
Do you want to know something? Oh no, it wouldn't matter. We wouldn't think that funny because okay, well you might think it's funny. That Oldboy, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so earlier.
Oh my God, is Will Smith in it?
Okay, no, listen. So it was such a clusterfuck for the remake to be made. Mm-hmm. At one point, before it got handed over to Spike Lee to direct.
Oh wow.
Spike Lee and Josh Brolin made and that's how Oldboy was made with Elizabeth Olsen as the female lead. That's
fine to me.
Yeah.
You not like Elizabeth Olsen?
No, but have you ever been in a I was gonna make a joke about a chemistry class with no chemistry, but there are no chemistry between these characters.
Ah, okay.
So it falls really flat, and there's like, you ever like see those movies where it's like, yeah, I get they're supposed to be attracted to each other, but just fucking look at them.
Yeah.
They don't like each other. There's nothing there.
Forced romance kind of thing. Yeah.
But anyway, before it landed on Spike Lee, it was rumored to be directed by Steven Spielberg, starring Will Smith.
Oldboy?
Yeah.
Oh man.
And after this podcast, I'm going to show you one scene in which you will laugh your ass off imagining Will Smith in that scene, because there's no fucking way that would ever work.
Oh man.
Because it's just no. And like I've been binging a YouTube channel called YourMovieSucks.org, which, as you can tell, he loves movies, and he just did a complete breakdown on After Earth, and oh my god, what an absolute cluster that movie was.
You know what though? I thank that movie for killing Jaden Smith's acting career and fucking birthing his rap career.
Yo, for real though, because like I worked at the theater when that movie was out originally, and oh my god, there was. Opening weekend, there was like 20 people in it, and then after that, there was like 2.
Damn.
Dude, I've never seen a movie crash harder than the ship in that fucking movie.
Damn.
Like,
he was that like both like the Pursuit of Happiness was such a good movie.
And then
it's unfortunate that the duo didn't really work out.
Didn't they try and like not do it again, but like redo the I don't want to call it the Pursuit of Happiness thing, but the 7 Pounds. What would you call that? Like trying to capitalize on the Will Smith doing a good thing and being a good guy, good morals.
Maybe I'd say it's more like the turn to drama, I guess, that Will Smith was going through, like more serious roles kind of thing.
What else was he in that was serious?
I Am Legend.
Is that serious?
Mm-hmm. It's taken 100% seriously.
How? Okay. Like this movie's old, so we can talk about it. I haven't really watched it.
Really?
Yeah, because
I love that movie.
I've never felt the need.
Really?
If
you watch it with the alternate, I'm sure you've heard this shit before.
If you
watch it with the alternate ending, it's such a good movie. With the normal ending, it's alright.
Is the normal ending where it's like, oh no, wait, hold on. Do you know about since I saw you pick it up on your Instagram? Do you know about the ending of Nier?
The original?
The original.
I mean, there's multiple endings to it. Which one? The one where he erases the entire game?
No, that one's pretty wild, though.
That one's the canon ending.
Yeah.
For Nier Automata.
I'm talking about the one where he finds out that... Oh, spoilers. Spoilers for a game that no one ever really wanted to play through that much in the first place. It takes a lot to get to this part of the game anyway. So
it spawned a sequel, I guess.
Yeah. But, it's like the shadow beings you've been fighting the whole game.
Mm-hmm.
Like, through, I think, your second playthrough, halfway through, you can, like, understand them. And then you hear, like, the little ones going, why is he attacking us? What did we do? And they're like, the bigger shadow's like, I'll protect you. He will not harm you. And then you just fucking go in and just rip these things apart.
Huh.
And it turns into...
Dark.
Yeah. And it turns into a thing of like, oh no, I've been the bad
guy this whole time.
Oh no.
That's like, yeah.
And it's like, I'm not saying the oh no thing in a way of saying it's cheap and bad. It was played very well, and like
I'm sure that's a surprise if you like beat the game and you're like, I'll play it again, and then you're like, oh, what the fuck is this shit?
Oh yeah, especially because I think the second playthrough
that's like some Undertale shit.
Oh my god, right?
But
yeah. So isn't I Am Legend along those lines where it's like he was actually
the bad guy?
Yeah.
It's not that. It's not necessarily you were the monster. Like that's a lesson for the original book and the original movie.
Okay.
Of I Am Legend, like I Am Omega, or like Omega, something like that.
Mm-hmm.
And like the original thing of that was that like he is the monster because it's like a world full of vampires with one human that's like killing vampires. he's the myth. He's the vampire of like what we consider
Right.
vampires. But in I Am Legend, it's more like a look on like evolution and a look on like how certain species will take over the world and other ones get left behind.
Right. Okay.
And the thing about I Am Legend is that the original or the alternate ending, which is the canon ending, I guess, is that they find out because Will Smith he does a lot of like experiments on the monsters to try and find a cure to turn them back into humans.
Right.
And he kidnapped a female, and he's actually on the verge of curing her. But it turns out that female that he kidnapped is like the wife of the alpha of the group of monsters.
Of course it is. Right.
So, and like I think they do like it's like a weird symbolism thing where like he's like pounding on the glass, like the safety glass that Will Smith is behind, and like, he makes like a butterfly shape, and it reminds him of the butterfly shape that his daughter does, or whatever. And he's like, oh shit, they're the same as in the case of like they just want their woman back.
Right.
They don't really, you know, like they're not necessarily hunting me if I'm not hunting them.
Yeah, it's the bee thing. You leave the bee alone, and it won't bother
Yeah.
you. Like,
so he gives the woman back, and that's it. He's like, well, so they're the next step. So there's no reason for me to like do what I'm doing.
Is that what was shown in theaters?
That was shown in previews, and people said they hated it.
Yeah, I wouldn't be very happy if that was the ending, because I mean, granted, I get it, and it's good. I understand, like, what it's getting across, but I'm like, man, I watched this whole thing, and then it's like, man, they're just like us.
Yeah. But the thing is, the original ending, none of that shit happens. It's Will Smith fucking has a grenade in his little thing. Yeah. He unclicks it, he goes to run at the monster, he punches that guy, explosion, and then the two human characters that are with him live, and they have the cure.
Perf. I would cut it, ship it. Let's do it. Let's do that.
Oh man,
that's way more American.
I know.
I enjoy. I as an American enjoy that way more.
But the thing, funny enough, like people criticize that ending even more.
Really?
It makes sense though.
Man.
Like it's supposed to mean something at the end, not just be like Will Smith is the savior again.
But I mean, like how many times? I mean, okay, so what did you just say?
What?
They didn't want it in there. Oh, look, he saved the day again. That's every single movie.
Of what? Of Will Smith specifically, or every movie?
Of Will Smith, of every guy with 5 o'clock shadow.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, how many times do we need to see a Gerard Butler saves the world again movie? Because Geostorm... You know that Geostorm barely took place on Earth? It also took place in
space,
fucking
right?
space, yeah.
Yeah.
It was so, like, oh my god.
Did you watch that?
Okay, I know you're always on my ass about me not seeing movies. I didn't see it. I only saw bits and pieces because I was working at the theater at the time. So I only, like, dipped in and out when I was checking theaters. But that movie was still pretty fucking stupid.
Right.
Like, a movie... Like, the plot of it, mad TLDR. All of the... I think it's the weather satellites all go rogue.
Yeah.
And they start creating natural disasters, and there's a movie.
Yeah, because they were able to, like they had those machines to, like, simulate weather.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's like, okay, cool. So we're gonna shoehorn some global warming stuff in there. We got machines are scary. Let's do that one. We need something to get blown up and destroyed. How about this famous bridge? We already destroyed that one. Well, this famous building. Oh, that'll work.
Yeah. I mean, that's like the tail end. I guess that's like the bookend now of like all those disaster movies or whatever. Was it Roland Emmerich makes all those normally?
Oh my god, I love Roland Emmerich movies. They're so...
Did he make Day After Tomorrow?
Yes.
Yeah?
Yes, I'm pretty sure. I know he... Didn't he do 2012? No.
Oh, I have no idea.
Hold on. I need to fact check who did 2012 real quick, because that is an absolute masterpiece, and I don't care what anyone says.
2012? You think so? Yeah.
That movie... Actually, I was gonna say that is the most scientifically inaccurate movie, but I believe Armageddon is the most scientifically inaccurate movie.
Oh, that's funny, because I like that movie a lot, actually.
Really?
Yeah.
Do you ever see The Core?
What? It's a movie called The Core?
You've never heard of The Core? Oh my!
I don't think so.
We need to have a viewing party and watch The Core, dude. Okay.
No.
Dude, no, listen.
No.
Just listen. Okay, so The Core has Aaron Eckhart. Okay.
Okay, that's cool. I like him.
Okay, and a bunch of other people.
Oh boy.
Okay. and the whole plot of the movie is the Earth's core has stopped spinning.
When did this movie come out?
2004.
Really?
Let me fact check this.
The Core with
Core.
Aaron Eckhart.
The Core came out. Oh, 2003. I was way closer than I thought I was gonna be. This had. Oh yeah, it had Aaron Eckhart, Hilary Swank, and Bruce. Oh my God, it had Bruce Greenwood in it. Hell yes.
Oh, he's cool. He's the voice of Batman.
Yeah. So yeah, there's good people in it, so you should watch it.
Oh wow.
So anyway, the plot of the movie is that the Earth's core has stopped spinning, right? And the way they figure this out is, I'm not kidding. You know that part in I think it's London where all the pigeons are everywhere?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, all those pigeons just fall out of the fucking sky like missiles.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then like, whoa, this is so crazy. And then everyone's watch stops the same time and all the electricity starts going haywire. And then they're like, oh no, something weird's going on. And then they get a hold of Aaron Eckhart because he's a super genius, of course. And then they make a giant phallic drill in the middle of, they make it and they bring it out into the middle of the ocean, and it's in 7 segments. For the 7 layers of hell, get it?
Oh, okay. Oh, the symbolism's hitting me right now.
Because they're going to the center of the earth.
I get it, yeah.
So what they're doing, right, is them and this crew of, I think, 9 people, because there has to be 2 survivors by the end of it. I wonder who it's gonna be. They go and drill through the center of the earth to set off bombs to get the Earth's core spinning again.
Listen,
I'm all ears.
Listen. I like Armageddon for nostalgic purposes. I'm sure I'm gonna. If I watch the core, I'm not gonna enjoy it.
I watched the core around the same time that I got the movie Volcano with Tommy Lee Jones. I don't even remember that. That's Tommy Lee Jones, in which he is in Los Angeles, and a volcano rises out of the La Brea tar pits and starts blowing up shit and lava everywhere in San Francisco, to the point where they have to blow up Cedars-Sinai Hospital to make a giant dam to divert the lava into the ocean.
I'm glad these movies are dead. I am so glad we don't make movies like this no more.
You know what I'm not glad about?
What?
The fact that GameStop no longer has used DVDs, because where the fuck do you think I found these?
Oh, man. You know, fun. A lot of game stores do have used DVDs in them. I'm sure you could find, like, not like non-GameStop, but independent game stores. I see so many used DVD sections in them. They're so cheap.
Gold. You will find gold like this, dude. Like, this is where I found
a lot of good anime cheap that way, too.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's good. This is I watched all these movies in middle school, and I thought these were the pinnacle of cinema.
Really?
I was like, the core is so fucking good! And then I would tell my science teacher about it, and they're like, wow, that's awesome.
Oh, you watched that movie?
Yeah.
Oh.
How was the movie?
So historically sciencey. So science history that you're learning right there.
Oh my god. I keep forgetting. I always bring... If you bring up Volcano, you have to bring up the core. And if you bring up the core, you have to bring up Volcano. Because, like, if you get Tommy Lee Jones in a situation which is a volcano, and there is also not a dinosaur, that had no real line of thought. It was just, it felt like all those should be together.
Is that like... I thought you might have been mentioning something from, like, Men in Black. Is that does he shoot an alien dinosaur into a volcano?
I would watch the new. Hey, speaking of Men in Black, I don't know if you heard about this, but they're canceling the Men in Black and 21 Jump Street crossover.
I kind of saw that coming though, since nothing came out of it.
I think a lot of people saw it coming because they were like, "Man, they're really doing that."
That would have been cool in a way.
Would it?
Yeah, it would have been funny, I guess.
So you're telling me this happened in the same universe?
Why not? Why not? Really? Why not? We're turning everything into a cinematic universe. Why the fuck not?
Would it be wild if the president of movies comes out?
Like what? What do you mean?
Like someone appoints themselves the president of movies, and they can talk and speak for every single movie ever.
Oh.
And then they're just like, every movie ever has taken place on Earth and in this galaxy.
In the same universe.
At the same time. So that means White House down, Olympus has fallen, and London has fallen. All happen at the same time. 2 White Houses both can attack at the same time.
It was mirror galaxies, man. It was the Olympus verse.
The Olympus verse.
I won't lie though.
300 and 302 Rise of an Army happened at the same time.
I won't lie. The best cinematic universe plot twist I've ever seen was fucking what's that one? not Unbreakable. The one after that.
Split.
Yeah.
No, that is the Unbreakable universe.
Yeah, I know. That one was like, I was mad that I found that out before I watched the movie.
Do you know how many people think, or do you know how many people are saying that Glass is fucking shit?
What? Glass looks so good.
I'm pretty. Let me double check. I might have been talking out of my ass, and I might have just completely misread.
Glass looks so good.
I know Glass looks good.
So excited for Glass.
I'm more excited for Us, to be honest, but because I know Us is gonna be absolutely wild. Glass right now. Dude, Want to See is at 97, and granted, we're using Rotten Tomatoes, which is everyone's super fair aggregate score. But, like, tomato meter's at 36.
What is that? What does that mean? Like, the actual movie rating?
Well, that's, like, the prediction from early screens.
Really?
Yeah.
Whatever, I get my sequel to Unbreakable. I don't care anymore. As long as I have...
That's fair, alright.
Fucking, I watched Unbreakable, I was like, oh, man, this movie is so good. And then, like, nobody talks about it. No, like, I guess, like, only... It's gotten popular as time goes on, but it's also fallen to the wayside because it's not really considered a traditional superhero movie, even though it is.
Is that okay? So it goes that Sam Jackson is like super fragile, but he's a super genius, right? Mm-hmm. And then Bruce Willis touches people who can read their mind.
And he's also
super strong.
He's impenetrable. I think he doesn't get hurt or something like that. He has like he's super strong and he like doesn't get hurt very easily.
But what wasn't there a thing where like if he touches someone,
he can see he can see their life.
Wow, man, what a combination of quirks. Mm-hmm. That's a real good.
It's because he's based on it's kind of, I mean, I guess it's not really true. It's like he's like based on a DC hero or whatever. Mm-hmm. Not like he is that DC hero. Like he's based on it.
Right.
And I think it's something like that.
But
yeah, it's like the the idea from the movie was cool where it's like Sam Jackson's character was like, if there's somebody as broken and as like every single bone in my body will break at a single touch, there's got to be somebody who's the opposite of me that is almost impenetrable. So yeah, that was his train of thought.
And they're in the same prison.
What same prison?
Is that what Unbreakable is about?
No.
What am I thinking? Oh my god.
Unbreakable was like Bruce Willis' character is the only one to survive a train accident. He's the only one out of like the people in there to survive it.
I'm thinking about a shitty martial arts movie. Continue.
Oh. That's not Unbreakable.
You're right, it isn't. But I can totally imagine that I saw a shitty martial arts movie also called Unbreakable.
Oh, really?
Easily. There'd be no way. No way that I couldn't see it. There wouldn't be a movie like that. Especially with movies like Never Back Down.
I don't know what that is.
You don't know what Never Back Down is?
I don't think so.
Man, Never Back Down was that movie with the... Oh, jeez. I almost caught myself. It's that movie with the kid who...
It's that movie with the character.
No, dude, the plot of the movie is like... What's the plot of the movie? Oh, this kid who moves to a new town gets bullied a lot, and then he goes to a gym, and then some old fighter trains him so he can defend himself, and then, oh no, he ends up having to fight the big bully at school at the underground fighting tournament.
You're telling me you know where I'm going with this?
What?
It's like Karate Kid.
Yeah, basically, but except it's with martial arts, so it's more hardcore and dude, like, oh my god, there's such a hard roll credits moment when he's training in the gym, and the trainer's like, "Come on, do this, focus, never back down," and like you could almost like see the part where the spotlights came on, where it's like, here comes the part where he's gonna say it, because there's only one other phrase you can say when someone's training, never back down, and the movie title, Never Back Down. Feels nice. It's like, that's what they call it.
I mean, that's cool. That's a cool like 80s style movie.
Oh my god, dude, it was made in like 2005.
I know, but it's like kind of like a throwback 80s movie, which I think is cool.
Yeah.
That's fine. Speaking of that, have you seen that the Cobra Kai YouTube series?
You know, one of my old managers at the theater told me to watch it, but he also told me that Encino Man was one of the best movies ever made.
What?
That's fine. We're not getting into that.
All right, good.
But
perfectly fine with me.
Oh god, I'm gonna get crucified again. I've never seen Karate Kid.
Really?
Yeah, I just don't.
Neither that or the remake?
No, Oh wait, you mean the remake with Jackie Chan?
Jaden Smith and Jackie Chan.
That
one's good too.
The only reason I watched that was because I had a substitute one day at school.
Okay.
It was the only
reason I know that. That movie was good.
It was all right. Yeah, I'll give it that. It was although like this was even like years and years before I even knew what CinemaSins was. As I'm watching it, we're all like, does his mom not give a shit where he is? He is gone for so long.
Yeah.
With this janitor?
Yeah.
With a janitor.
Yeah.
Who looks just like Jackie Chan.
Well, Karate Kid is like it's that generic story of like kid who like gets bullied, fucking he's basically shit, and he gets trained by an old guy.
And he rises up.
That's classic as fuck though.
Oh, it is. I'm not saying that it isn't. It's definitely in that Parthenon. I think it's Parthenon. There's that Parthenon of like 80s movies.
Yeah, where the classics that like are must watches or whatever.
Okay, and since we're on like 80s in that era, I'm pretty sure this movie's in the 80s. If not, whatever. It's not like I've been 100% right before. Mm-hmm. I don't get or ever am probably ever gonna watch The Goonies.
I've never seen it either.
I don't get the hype because I've watched bits and pieces, man. I've checked out like best scenes.
King Tut's cousin, bits and pieces.
That's me, man. I'm just falling apart in that coffin or that sarcophagus.
You were thrown in that coffin in bits and pieces, so you can never watch anything in full.
You're right. I just can't. It has to like. I just don't get it, man. Like all these people just laud and like hail these movies, and like granted, I do the same thing, but like
100% you do the same thing.
I know, but I want to think that like I'll look at a movie like Oldboy, and I'm like, okay,
You mean the original?
Yes,
or the remake?
Original. I'm talking about the original.
Yeah.
I'll look at a movie like Oldboy. And go, okay.
You didn't mention in the podcast at all though that the original Oldboy is a Korean movie.
I was just getting to that.
Oh, but no, you mentioned Oldboy. You're like, yeah, we were talking about Oldboy.
And then I mentioned before the remake got handed over to Spike Lee.
Yeah.
So anyway, like DJ just said, the original Oldboy is a Korean movie with obviously subtitles and Korean actors, Korean names, and that's pretty much it. It's still a very relatable revenge movie that anyone who likes movies or has ever wanted revenge or who can understand basic plot points can understand the movie even though it's foreign.
Yeah.
But I had no idea where I was going with that.
So, no, well, funny enough, here's a funny question about that, right?
Okay.
How can you tell that a foreign movie is good when you don't understand it?
When you say understand, you mean like verbally understand?
Like, how can you tell? How can you tell as a foreign person watching a certain type of movie, right? Mm-hmm. How can you tell that the acting is good, the dialogue is given well? Like, basically, you're reading everything, right? This is the same sort of argument that people give for like people who watch Japanese versions of like animes or like the Japanese dubs and stuff like that. Like how as someone who is not, you're not comfortable with the language, you barely, like we both barely know Korean or whatever, right? So like how can we tell that it's as good as we think it is,
Because like I feel like touching on the subject for the anime, because like we've talked about this like once or twice before about like how we'll laud like specific Japanese voice actors, how good they are. Mm-hmm. But
funny enough for me, it's like sometimes I can't tell the difference in who's who.
No, exactly. Like the only way I'll know sometimes is if either it's a very distinct voice, like the voice of Dio in Jojo. Like he's the voice of Dio in Jojo also voiced Deadpool in the Japanese Marvel animes, and it's a very obvious thing when you hear it because he has such a specific voice.
Yeah. But I know like Saori Hayami because she's in a lot of things, and Ao Yuki. I guess they're the two that I recognize the most because I think I watched the most animes that they're in.
Right.
Yeah.
So you'd be able to recognize them all.
Saori Hayami for sure because she has an extremely distinct voice. Yeah. But other characters, like I honestly sometimes I can't tell. Like I'll see a list of like actors and what they do, and I'll be like, holy fuck, they're the same. They're like from my two favorite animes. They're like the same main guy or whatever. But yeah. Like
anyway, So we would, you and I would talk about how, like, well, are they really, or I bet they would say that in Japan, they're hamming it up, or they're saying it weird, or they're really doing, like, Dio, like, an over-the-top kind of thing that they wouldn't think he'd sound like.
For sure.
But we wouldn't know that because we don't speak the language, just like how we watch Nicolas Cage movies with 3D glasses, even if it's a 2D movie, just because we're waiting for Nick Cage to do something off the wall.
Yeah.
So, but I feel if in an anime, when you're watching it and you're reading the subtitles and you've watched enough of it and you're used to it, your brain does the thing where you'll hear the Japanese, but you'll read the English, with the Japanese voice. Mm-hmm. So if they're putting enough inflection and passion and emotion into it, it translates over not seamlessly, but enough to where like there's not that much of a skip in your head from going spoken Japanese. I'm hearing spoken Japanese and I'm reading English, but I'm taking the inflection from the Japanese and putting it into the English words and putting them both together in my head.
That's the thing I always talk about when like when people ask me about subs and dubs. It's like my answer is always whichever one you watch first is what you're gonna like more.
Exactly.
100%.
And I've had to learn that because I keep asking people that question, and then when they give me like a different answer, because some guy I worked with, he said that Naruto is the best anime ever, and I'm like, okay, let me know when you wake up.
Oh man.
But I was just
funny coming from someone who watches Boku, which is green Naruto.
I don't give a damn, man. I will die on that hill, but I will also say that it is nothing but shonen tropes done incredibly, incredibly well.
That's Naruto, bro.
Yeah, but guess what? You know what Naruto is?
What?
Fucking Hunter x Hunter.
Fair enough.
Don't give me a
What's
shrug.
Hunter x Hunter?
Nothing. Like... Hunter x Hunter is Hunter x Hunter.
You sure? You sure that wasn't like Yu Yu Hakusho? Or Yu Yu Hakusho?
I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure. Because
sure, that wasn't Astro Boy.
Go fuck yourself. So by extension, is
every anime is Astro Boy?
So are you telling me that Legend of the Galactic Heroes is just Astro Boy?
Probably.
Konosuba is just
Astro Boy. I'll take that. I'll take that to the grave.
Is Angel Beach just Astro Boy?
Probably. Why not?
Everything's just Astro Boy or Speed Racer.
You mean Go-Go Mock Racer, whatever the fuck it's called?
Go-Go Is that what Speed Racer was called?
It's Go-Go something. Mock Go. It's something like that.
Go-Go Gadget.
Well, like, it says it on his car. It's like Go-Go, but he's Speed Racer in English.
Anyway.
Classic.
So rounding back to the question at hand.
Yeah.
So watching a foreign movie with actual people in it, how can we tell if it's good or not?
Yeah.
Is because I feel that acting is acting.
Mm-hmm. Subtitles
are subtitles.
Yeah.
You're doing the same thing. You're taking except this time you're not watching the animated characters. You're actually watching them
act. Yeah.
And it's better too because there are like the small movements in someone's face when they deliver a line makes the scene. Like if they smirk when they say something or at the end of something, it changes them from being like serious to sinister.
Mm-hmm.
You know, or serious to lighthearted.
Yeah.
Or you just won't know until you see a facial change, and you don't really get that in anime, so you kind of have to just.
Well, yeah, because people are speaking.
Yeah, and it's hard enough getting inflection correct.
It's very rare when they draw over the voice. Usually the voice comes after.
Yeah.
So yeah.
But yeah, so I think that would answer the question.
Because you can tell acting is acting.
Yeah, and like, because you can tell if someone's good at acting or if they're bad at acting.
See, that's funny for me because I don't like. Sometimes people will be like, "Oh, he's like, you know, this role is poorly acted." Unless it's like it's super obvious that they're doing really badly at it. I don't really notice.
Go ahead.
Because I was gonna say when I watch a movie, I usually drop the notion of like, oh, this is a movie and these people are acting. I watch it for what not for what it is, but you know what I mean, right? Like what's on screen is what it is.
Yes.
Like I can't tell I can't tell from watching a movie, like I said, unless it's super obvious that he's giving a bad performance.
I used to think I thought like that until I actually started watching movies, and then, and like I will be the first to admit that it does not help that I watch a lot of movie critic channels on YouTube, and it's made me super critical of movies and acting in general, even though I can't act.
That's happened to that's our generation, bro.
It
like
is.
Honestly,
and I'm not saying like everyone's bad, but like
it's annoying, honestly. Not you,
yeah.
but the whole generational thing of like, well, critical analysis this and critical analysis that.
Yeah, because like there was a meme going around a few weeks ago, or not even a few months ago actually, and it was, I guess we can kind of tip in this real quick, is that Neon Genesis Evangelion is coming to Netflix.
I'm excited for that.
Me too. I'm so excited
for that.
Hyped because like I can save money. I don't have to buy the Blu-rays. I can wait to buy the Blu-rays and just double check and make sure I actually like everything before I buy it. But someone on Twitter made an excellent observation, and they just go, well, can't wait for the heaps and heaps and heaps and heaps and heaps of analysis reviews on Evangelion from every new person.
Yep.
It's going to be the best breakdowns on why Rei is actually best girl and Asuka's not, and why everyone's completely wrong, and that they all think Shoji is the best, and that he's like, he's obviously closeted homosexual, and we're going to go into this, and it goes into everything. We're gonna completely strip every bit of this anime apart so we can see how it works and what he meant, even though he might have just meant, yo, the situation sucks.
Yeah. Well, I can't wait to be the one to make the video that Darling the Franxx is better than Neon Genesis Evangelion. It's gonna be me.
Do it. Be the
Why
one.
02 is the best girl in Neon Genesis.
No, you need to do even farther. You need to
Ichigo is best girl.
There we go. Yeah.
I didn't hate her. Funny enough, like everybody fucking hated her, and I don't know why.
Why did 02 become a giant space waifu?
Because I don't know, wedding, sex. That's what that whole series was about.
Dude, I watched Giga's Best of 2018 video, and he got into that, and he was talking about Goblin Slayer and Darling the Franxx at the same time, and that was a fucking roller coaster, man, because Darling the Franxx seems like it went off the rails.
It did.
Like, oh my god.
I really liked it up until episode 15, and then it was like,
Is that when she kissed him?
What?
Is that when?
No. This is like the whole like arc like happening. Everything's great, and this is like sort of the like episode 15. I think is the aftermath, and then it breaks into the whole like.
It's always the aftermath where the fucking series goes down because there's no action to fucking hold the thing.
But it's not. It's like because there's like what 23 episodes, 24 episodes, and it's like up to 15. It's like I think it's fantastic, and then like after that point, it's like it just loses me. Hand me that water.
Where is it? This one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah. But like, that was on my watch list for quite a while, and I was about to start it, and then I went on Twitter.
Still worth a watch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, you're right. I have to actually get the one that is legit on my next to watch on my next day off is Rascal Does Not Dream of Bunny Girl Senpai.
I don't. Oh, is that the one with the? I'm not gonna say it's the one with the bunny girl on the thing.
It is,
yeah,
it's her. But it's
I've heard that one's really good actually.
It's actually not even about the bunny girl, and there isn't a bunny girl.
Yeah, I don't know. It's like feeding his imagination or something.
No, she's totally a physical human. She's totally real. But like it deals.
It's about the guy, right? The main character.
No, it's about adolescence.
And
it's like. There's a thing, I am doing this so bad justice, so don't take my word as gospel, just go and watch it.
Justice.
It's like that the problems of adolescence get displayed onto you. So like if you're being like bullied, like this one girl I think is being cyberbullied.
Yeah.
And then to everyone else she looks okay, but to the main guy he can see that she has like cuts and bruises on her. So it's like taking like a toll. So he's like I think like one of the only ones that can like help. So like he goes and talks and helps them get through all of it. And it's like it's kind of cool and relatable if you've been through this kind of stuff. And like I think right now they're at episode.
That's a cool thing.
Yeah.
It's like being able to see the inside or like how people actually are or what their current status actually is.
And that really ties. I feel it ties in with like today's society.
Really went for that voice. Today's
society,
man.
Like the man doesn't even care about you, bro. Like,
yeah,
all
man. Really went incredible.
You know something's coming to when the person
loud
stops
lights,
talking.
political voices.
Hey, we're not that other video that we are not gonna post.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
Yeah, good.
Poor Matt.
Poor Matt. What about poor Andrew?
Oh yeah.
I'm talking about that one.
Oh,
yeah, that one.
Oh, okay. I thought we were talking about the
No, not that one.
Yeah.
The one where it got to demonetization. Please take this off YouTube levels. Copyright straight.
Good shit.
So
yeah, adolescence.
Yeah, so it's about adolescence, I believe, and it really does look good, and it has the way I've heard it described is that the main character is like if you played an RPG and you chose every sarcastic answer.
Oh, that's cool.
And he has absolutely no filter, and he just says it completely straight.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, there's some pretty choice lines and quotes that come out of it pretty early, from what I can tell.
Mm-hmm. So what animes have you seen in that came out in 2018 besides Tonagawa?
I started watching JoJo Part 5, and I'm not going to get into that because I would be here all day, but it's good.
Save that for yours. You're in Matt's podcast.
Me and Lenny, hopefully. But it's really good. If you don't know anything about JoJo, it's pretty stupid, but it's... Yeah, you can't really jump into this one. I had to think about that for a second. Yeah, you can't. You'd have to start from at least Part 3.
Okay.
But it's really good. It has two characters who eventually show up, I believe, are called Sorbet and Gelato. So take it from there, and there's a lot of really fun names. And of course, band references, food references.
Some people will be like, so is this like Dragon Ball?
Yeah, it's exactly like Dragon Ball, actually. Very manly looking men, and lots of punching and fighting and blood.
Lots of people named after food.
All of them. Except if you count bands as foods, then yes, they're all named after food.
They're all named after band food.
There's Abakio, which is just ABBA. They don't even attempt to change it. They just add an Italian end to it.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, so it's pretty good. It does that thing where main character is 16 and you look at him, there's no fucking way.
Yeah.
And it's that thing anime does, and it's not a problem in JoJo yet. It's going to, I think, become a bigger problem as it becomes more well known and more people read it.
Mm-hmm.
Is that like Araki went from drawing them as he used to from parts 1 to 3, and he started toning it down real hard in 4 onward, where they went from the big muscly Fist of the North Star looking guys.
Yeah.
Down to the French model looking people, which is not bad at all, and it really makes you question fashion. And you look at some of the stuff they're wearing, they're like, man, they're kind of pulling that off.
Yeah.
I guess that could be a potential real outfit somewhere.
Yeah.
And it's like, that's all well and good, but then you go to Twitter and, you know, the best place on the internet, and you just see real inappropriate stuff being drawn, and it's like, these characters are still kids.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Welcome to anime.
Welcome to anime, true, but like everyone does it for.
Welcome to the high school Yuri drawings.
That's fair, but that's Yuri. This
or
isn't
yaoi.
Yuri or yaoi. It's neither of those. This is a shonen. You know what I mean? It's like they do it for Boku, and it's weird.
Yeah.
It's the weird thing, and like I get it. I'm not trying to say censor your stuff. I'm giving my opinion. It's fucking weird when I see Deku nursing a baby Todoroki and Bakugo with bottles and shit. I'm sorry, that's just bizarre to me. I can't wrap my head around it.
Right.
It's too much for my brain to process at once. And then there's like the famous thing of why Danny Phantom was canceled.
I don't remember.
Oh.
I don't. Did you tell me?
I did. There was one fan art. I don't know how.
Oh, weird.
Did we go dark? Okay, no.
No, I mean the computer won't even when it turns off like that, it won't
it won't stop the process.
I have it on like 3 hours of actual like thing, even when it goes to like the screen rest mode.
That's cool.
I just need to see the screen.
Okay. Oh, to see. Okay.
Just in case, like, you know, like if it stops or you see like a spike, like a real bad one or something.
We had one earlier. One of us laughed at something. But anyway, from what I'm going off of this one YouTube video I watched back when the what was Butch Hartman's new streaming service called?
No idea.
Oaxis. Was it Oaxis? It sounds about right. I'm probably wrong. I'm most likely wrong. I'm wrong. But it was they were like detailing like what Butch Hartman did, who Butch Hartman is, and they started talking about Danny Phantom, obviously, because as we all know, Danny Phantom was awesome and cut way too short, way too early. And apparently one of the reasons was because there was a fan art of, I believe the order was Vlad standing behind a pregnant Danny, and everyone lost their shit.
That's, oh man.
Because they were like, what the actual fuck is going on in this show and in this fan base? And I looked at that and I go, yep, that's a nail in the coffin. That'll shut down any kids show on a kids network.
Yeah.
Like this shit flies on Twitter and in Japan because they mostly don't give a shit. Oh, they do.
Say like
they
fan art is like is not new to any media.
It absolutely isn't, and like maybe it's just because I'm actually getting exposed to it more and I'm just not used to it. But like, it's real annoying when you see posts about people talking about like how hot Deku is, and it's like he's still 15 or 16 years old. It's still weird. And I know I'm on an island shouting at the clouds, and I understand that there are guys that do the same thing with the anime girls. I get it. And I'm not. I wasn't even saying it to you.
I know.
I was just saying it in general, and I'm not saying I'm not one to like, what's the phrase?
I don't
condemn
know.
it.
Yeah.
You know, it's just like do you, but like I don't know. I just still think it's weird, especially when I'm just scrolling at 2 p.m. on a Tuesday and I see some wild stuff on my timeline. I'm like, yo.
It is weird. I think it's the thing about anime though that where you don't necessarily. It's gonna sound really weird, but it's like sometimes.
Oh really? This is gonna sound weird.
Because when you watch anime, sometimes it's like, do they even look the age that they're actually portraying?
Thank you. And that was the point I was rounding back to with the JoJo thing, because there's a character in there who's, I guess, yeah, you can call her a new character to the show. Her name's Trish.
Yeah.
She's supposed to be 15 years old.
Mm-hmm.
No fucking way.
Right.
At all. Absolutely not. That's fine. Whatever. She's the daughter of the mob boss. Yada yada. They gotta do stuff to protect her. Yada yada. Fine. Mm-hmm. But when you have a character in the show who's ogling at her, it's like, ugh, okay. Now we understand. This is the ground rules.
Right.
You know, it's like, are they both under the age thing? And it's like,
that's too much questioning in in anime when that shit doesn't really. And I mean, in Japan that doesn't even matter because I feel like whatever legal age in Japan is, it's lower than America for sure.
Oh yeah.
But that reflects to their media.
And sorry, go ahead.
I was gonna say because back, I'm sure you know this that animes back then when it came over here to get dubbed in English, they age up characters. They age up characters.
Oh, they age up. I thought you said the age of.
No, characters. They age up character. It's like she's like 15 in Japan. She's 18 in America.
Oh no,
so does that make it better? Does that change everybody's perspective? Like it's not weird anymore.
If that's what they were told initially, it depends on like what it originally was. I guess.
That's what I'm saying. Like that's the thing. It's like Sailor Moon could have been 18 for all we know when she was here in America.
That's fair.
But then she's actually like 15 in Japan. Does that change your perspective? Does that make it like, oh, now it's. Now, when it comes to America, it's like, oh, now it's okay. Nothing has changed except somebody mentioned under their breath she's 18.
Well, okay.
That's the thing about when people kind of bring that up because I mean at the end of the day they're animated characters.
I understand, but it's still like I don't know. I'm not on the fence of it, but it's just something I've been seeing brought up a lot more, and there's like a lot more people debating it now. I guess.
I think it's like Goku for example, right? Like Goku, because he's a character that has aged progressively as like his series has gone on.
Do Saiyans age slower? Is that a thing?
Yes.
Okay.
Goku probably now is like shit. Like he was when he was a little kid in like the Chibi Goku from Dragon Ball.
Right.
He was actually 12 there, 12 or 14 or something.
Oh, so they physically age slower.
No. Yeah, that was just some quirk from Goku where he was like a short kid.
Oh, okay, sorry. Okay.
Then when like literally 4 years pass, he's like a full teenage Goku.
Mm-hmm.
Like the one you see except skinnier.
Yes, okay.
And then, then he stays that age. He looks that way basically for the rest of the series. Like when he gets they don't like Saiyans don't age was the thing.
Oh.
They don't age and then they age rapidly. Kind of like
Okay.
Asian people in general.
Nice. All right.
But
I get it. We get it. You guys age like wine.
yeah, well, I don't know about you guys.
Huh?
I don't know about you guys.
What do you mean you guys?
I don't know. I feel like people think I look older than I actually am.
Nah.
Yeah.
I mean, no.
Maybe I'll stay this way. Maybe that's what it is.
That'd be a real nice treat.
But anyway, yeah, like Goku's like, I don't know, maybe he's like 40, 50 years old now. And obviously he doesn't look that way. And no one's like, that's an old man right
Are
there.
you telling me that the entirety of the Dragon Ball series and all that is only like 50 years total?
Probably more. I mean, you consider GT probably more.
Okay.
Because you go from like Kid Goku, he becomes a teenager, he gets married, he has Gohan. Gohan gets older, he gets married, and he has a kid.
Okay, so that's where I always got confused because like I knew that Gohan and Goku were two different characters, but for like a brief second of my life, I thought they were the same character.
Goten and Goku look the same.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's another reason I could never get behind Dragon Ball.
Is why that it has a really, really long history.
That and like I could never get these characters' names right.
Goku.
No, not okay. Get off. But like I mean,
pick
like,
a row.
I meant like later on when like actual people started showing up and like, mind you, I'm also watching when it's on Toonami out of order.
Yeah.
And it's like I'm trying to make sense of like the Boo saga,
mm-hmm.
and I'm like, what is this piece of bubblegum doing?
That's true.
Like,
That's true. Jumping into Dragon Ball. Well, funny enough though, jumping into Dragon Ball Z. I think we've talked about this before personally.
Right.
That jumping into Dragon Ball Z is also really dumb if you consider the fact that Dragon Ball was an entire thing before it, and you're jumping into like
the sequel.
Yeah. Well, actually, in manga form, it would be the midway of Dragon Ball. Like Dragon Ball and Dragon Ball Z are like, I don't think the name Z came into play until they figured out that this was gonna be a whole new thing. Because I feel like Dragon Ball and Dragon Ball Z were like, it was still a continuation of Dragon Ball, and then they only added the Z. I don't know if this is true.
Right.
But I feel like it is. But they only add the Z when it's like, oh, this is a separate series. This is the sequel.
Okay.
Like Naruto Shippuden kind of
Right.
thing. But yeah, getting dropped in the first episode of Dragon Ball Z doesn't really make sense. Like there's Goku, he has a son now. Everybody's surprised he has a son.
Right.
Like there's all these characters that are coming back. There's Piccolo, who's like, oh, Piccolo, the guy we hate.
Yeah, like that was like That was my first ever introduction into, hey, guess what? Not everything starts from the beginning.
Yeah.
And then, like, just being dropped in and trying to figure it out, and then you go to school the next day, and somehow everyone knows everything that's going on.
Yeah.
And you're just like, yeah, man, that Kamehameha.
I love the fact that, like, Goku, because his name is, like, actually, like, Goku. Like, Goku-san.
Oh, okay.
But, like, people in America call him Goku.
Right.
But it's funny to me that, like, that's how you say his name here. It's not like everyone's saying it wrong. It's just...
That's how it's said.
Yeah, it's like Goku. No one calls him Son Goku.
Son Goku.
But yeah. So yeah, America. Awesome.
This is
anime.
America.
Yeah. So what's next?
I don't know, man. What is next?
Well...
Anything interesting coming up that you want to, like, watch or do?
Well, I watched Aquaman, actually.
You watched Aquaman?
Yeah.
Man, you didn't tell me that. How was it?
Saving it for here.
Oh, nice. Okay, well, how was it? Did you like it?
It was great.
Yeah?
It was great. It's still on that line of, like, man, why are all of DC's individual superhero movies so good? And all their team-ups are, like, horseshit.
Mm.
But Aquaman was great. It was... You couldn't really ask for anything better, because it was good story-wise. You know, Aquaman was... He's like the same as he was in Justice League, like, funny dude. But still, he's kind of like
Jason
Thor.
Momoa.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's basically like the Thor, I guess.
Yeah, that's what I was gathering from.
Yeah.
He was wet Thor.
Yeah. Like, funny dude, big muscular guy, but also really nice.
Yeah.
It was good. I liked it. I liked Black Manta was in it.
I was gonna
He's
say,
one of my favorite villains.
Did they do him justice?
Yes. You know what, though? As Eliza and I were watching it, I kept whispering to her, like, this is basically Black Panther.
I know. Okay, so when I saw the trailer and I was like, oh wait, someone's contesting for the throne.
Mm-hmm.
Wow, there's a big... Even the scene where they're riding what seems to be a giant manta ray into the city looks just like flying into Wakanda.
Yeah.
Like, and it's like, I didn't see the movie, so I don't know if they had like a same shimmer effect when they get into the city. And
no, it's obviously there. It's not hiding it at all.
Oh, okay, so Atlantis is just there.
Yeah.
Okay.
They're not like... It's not like hidden.
Okay.
People just have no technology to get down there.
Because it's so deep.
Yeah.
Okay.
And there's a lot of defenses.
Did everything look good? Like oh, good.
It was nice. Like, I mean, you could tell that the hair was CGI. You know,
okay.
all the critical analysis. It's like, that's not real hair.
Well, like,
just like Superman's cape isn't real.
Well, hair physics matters because like that sells. That's the little immersion things.
Yeah.
You know. Like,
Yeah, you're underwater. You want the hair to like
have like the completely everywhere thing. Like,
yeah.
Like in Harry Potter 4.
Mm-hmm.
Which is like,
that's a weird way to say that. I've never heard anyone say it like that.
In Harry Potter 4.
Harry Potter 2. It's like, what?
Start doing that. You will throw people off. I found another thing too that will really screw with people is if you give your phone number without the
area code,
but you say it in the same cadence.
Oh, it's as if you said the first three first three numbers, and you keep going into it.
So like, this isn't my phone number, but it's like, oh, so what's your phone number? It's like, all right, it's 215-672-1.
Oh, I see what you mean. Like,
yeah,
like because it's like 3-4, it's like 3-3-1.
And you will have people just stumble and like it's like
867-530-9.
But anyway, yeah, in Harry Potter 4.
Well, I imagine the 4 is in the A. It's H4 R-Y.
For Harry Potter. It's just like for 3.
I just want every Harry Potter movie to have the number in fucking Harry Potter instead of having the and the whatever.
Man, Harry Potter 1 was so
it's
good.
Just Harry Potter. Harry Potter, like the R's are somehow made into 2s.
Harry Potter 6 Part 2.
Harry Potter.
Does that mean we have Harry Potter?
Or no, the 2 T's in Potter are like Roman numerals. Yeah. The 3 and E in Potter.
Man, you're just going down this now.
I love it. I love that shit.
Does that mean there's Harry Potter 7 Part 1? And then Harry Potter 7 Part 2?
What if it's like Harry and then the last movie is Potter?
Yeah, can I get 2 tickets for Harry?
You see, that's funny, but like that's what people do with their movies.
Dude, no. Oh, you want to tell me what people do with their movies?
Like, what's the one? Like,
can I get one I heard was, "Where's Life of P?"
Life of P.
And I'm like, I look at them, I go, "Excuse me," and they're like, "Where's Life of P?" I was like, "Oh, Life of Pi is in theater number 5, Pi, right over here to the left. All right, there you go."
Theater number 5.
I have people asking me, Oh my god, dude, oh my god, Black Panther weekend, man. I had so many people coming up, and this is the level of seriousness it was. It was like, all right, hello, welcome to the theater. How may I help you? Hey, yeah, can I get 2 tickets for Pink Panther? And it would be a solid 3, 5, 6 seconds before they realize what they said. And they go, oh, wait, hold on. Black Panther. I'm just like, yeah, I know. I just wanted to see you realize this one.
That's awesome.
Oh, man, it was ridiculous.
Pink Panther.
And as I'm doing it, I'm humming into the mic, and I'm just like, dun 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 dun
Wakanda. Yeah, so Aquaman was basically underwater Black Panther.
Man, that's awesome.
Funny enough, Eliza liked it more than Black Panther.
Really?
Yeah.
Wonder why. Man, strange.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I guess it's the same reason that one of the ladies, while I was sitting, and then there was like a lady all the way at the end.
I'm
like,
glad to know you were sitting during the movie, not just standing
like
up
the
in the
edge
fucking
seat.
theater.
Yeah, whatever. Whatever. That's why I don't go to Regal to get judged like this.
You're right. You'll get fucking judged by the staff, by the managers.
Oh man.
Especially by the patrons.
Yeah.
Jesus.
But
those savages.
Yeah. Fuck that chain shit.
What?
I don't even know.
The chain shit. I was like,
yeah.
what?
I don't even know if CMX is a chain one or not.
CMX?
Yeah.
That's a new one. I've never heard of that.
Well, that's what replaced Paragon.
Oh, it's not there anymore?
No.
I didn't know that.
I mean, it's the same theater, same setup. But
yeah.
It's like, I think they lost a name or something.
Oh, I thought that was a rumor. Okay.
Yeah. But yeah, so like obviously when the Aquaman shows up on screen, all you hear is, "Oh my god! Oh, he's so sexy!" I was like, "Yep."
Man, welcome to movies.
Well, you know, one of my coworkers was like, "That's my baby daddy." I cheat on my husband 50 times with Jason Momoa.
I mean, granted, he is an incredibly attractive man.
And like when Eliza told me that he's what is he, 6'4", 6'3", I was like, holy shit.
Okay, there's a quote from Joe Rogan that perfectly encapsulates Jason Momoa, and he's talking to someone obviously, and he's like, you know, Jason Momoa, you know that guy, right? A little too tall, a little too handsome. That's him. That's it. Just a little too tall and a little too handsome.
Did you was he in Game of Thrones?
Yeah, he was Khal Drogo.
I don't know.
He was he was like the main. He was Daenerys's like husband. And like,
I assume he died.
Yeah, first season, get wrecked. Not really. He died. He was pretty badass. Okay. The only reason he died was because like he was stubborn and Daenerys upset a witch. But sorry, spoilers.
Yeah.
Wasn't for
Maybe I'll watch it eventually.
Yeah.
Kind of want to. Literally everyone I know is watching
60 hours to waste.
I don't know. Probably.
Not waste, but to use.
I don't know. I could watch 4 episodes a night. I'd be done eventually.
That's a slog, I'm telling you. Like, it's heavy. Like, it's dense.
Yeah.
Like, 2 a night would be better. Because if you're trying to do 4 and try and actually, like, retain everything, no way.
Well, we'll see.
Yeah.
We'll see if it comes to that. Watch everybody hate the last season.
I mean, at this point, we're just kind of, like, it's so far removed from
the book.
Oh yeah, it's been so far moved. We just want an ending.
Like The Walking Dead.
Oh my god, dude! Watching the YMS reviews on Walking Dead makes me want to rewatch season 2 just to see how shitty it is.
Honestly, it's not the worst season that I've seen. It's not the worst season I've seen.
Dude, from what I have seen from that, they made that whole farm stuff last way too long.
Yeah, that's fair.
But like that, the well episode. You know the one.
Yeah, the one where they pull a zombie up the well.
That one had nothing in it.
Yeah. Sure.
They could have done other stuff.
They could have.
They could have had. I'm totally taking it from the YMS review. He was like it's almost as if they could have taken that episode out and replaced it with the episode where Randall took a week for his leg to heal, and they could have had that with interactions at the farm.
Still. It's still not the worst season out of all of them, honestly.
What's the worst? Have you watched all of them?
I watched them until the one where I was like, all right, I'm done. This is it, no more. I think that was like season 6 or season 7, whichever one.
Was that the one with the tiger?
Yes, I think that was the season where he gets introduced. I don't think
King Ezekiel and his tiger.
You know that guy's actually really cool, Carrie Payton.
I bet he fucking is. He has a pet tiger, dude. Like that guy's awesome.
Carrie Payton is the voice of Cyborg. Funny enough. That guy Ezekiel.
Really?
Yeah. He's Mr. Booyah.
Oh yes.
Yeah. But yeah, because I feel like season 2 isn't the worst. It's definitely slow and it's definitely like longer than it really should be. But I think a lot of it has to do with the fact that season 1 was really short, but it was really like to the point.
And a different director.
Yes, Frank Darabont.
And after hearing about how all that went down,
I know it sucks.
Fuck AMC, man.
It sucks.
That's awful. That's so messed up.
I would really like to see where Frank Darabont would have went.
He talked about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, he said he wanted to do a not like a prequel thing, but
the one with the zombie in the tank. Yeah.
What?
He wanted to do like short like prequel stories to like certain zombies. Like there's one about like
that one, and he wanted to talk about how oh boy, how Dale, Andrea, and Daryl all ended up with each other.
That'd be cool.
Yeah, he wanted to explore that and make it its own episode. So it's like, how did these three all end up together?
There's a line from season 3 where Glenn talks about T-Dog, and he's like, yeah, T-Dog picked us up because he was driving a church van. Yeah.
Like, that right there is one of the things of, like, okay, can we just go and flash back to that, please?
Yeah.
I kind of care about that more.
That's the thing about Fear the Walking Dead, where I was like, I watched it and I was like kind of really excited for it, because it's like, it was like day 1 zombie apocalypse.
Yeah.
It wasn't like where Rick wakes up and it's already happened.
You mean 28 days later?
Yeah. Yeah, basically. But, you know, Fear the Walking Dead caught up to The Walking Dead. They run concurrently now.
Oh, that's right. I heard about. I don't know how to feel about that.
Where what's his name, jumps over to fuck, what is his name? The dude with he had the karate moves with the stick.
Oh, you're asking the wrong person.
He was from season 1.
The karate.
He's the dad. The one that Rick runs into
In the first episode.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that I know who you're talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I forgot his name though.
Me too.
But
Man, important
he became he comes back later on, becomes a main character, and then he leaves and he ends up on Fear the Walking Dead. Interesting, but works out. But yeah, no, Walking Dead, I think for me it was like, yeah, I think it's time for me to leave. And then Negan showed up and I was like,
I only watched scenes with Negan in them on YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
That's the only bit of Walking Dead, because I love him as a character.
Yeah.
I think the way that actor plays him.
Oh, Jeffrey Dean Morgan.
Yes, thank you. The way that Bruce Wayne's dad plays him.
Yeah.
Is I don't know how the
comedian.
Yeah, thank you, the comedian. I completely forgot. Or I don't know how he's played in the comics. I don't know how his personality is in the comics, but damn it all, he's fucking awesome in the show.
It's funny because I think the governor is so much better in the show than he is in the comics.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because in the comics,
he's better in the show than
he's better in the show than he is in the
yeah,
comics. Because in the comics, he's basically just evil dictator guy with like a weird personality disorder.
But in here, they kind of gave him.
They give him a lot of like personality. He's not just straight evil. It's more like kind of he gets to the point of being that evil dictator guy.
Right.
But it's the end of his arc is where he gets there. Yeah. But there's still signs of like, oh, he can come back from it, but he won't.
Right.
Yeah. But I don't know. Negan's cool. He's a cool villain. He's better than like
Shane.
No, Shane was great. I think Shane was great. I actually like he
was a better villain than Lori.
The cannibal guy.
Oh yeah, okay, yeah.
The cannibal guy. All those other fuckers that
what were they called?
Rick kills. Terminus or whatever.
Terminus, yeah. Is Terminus the
That was like a 2 or 3 episode arc. That was nothing.
I heard people talking about Terminus like they were talking about the Red Wedding, and I'm like, you guys need to go bite a bullet.
Well, it's cool because the cool part was like Carol basically destroyed that entire facility on her own.
Wasn't that the lady with
the white hair lady?
No, the lady whose daughter in the barn.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, yeah. Okay.
Carol becomes super badass later on.
Fucking of course she does.
Still alive.
Somehow, out of all the characters.
Her and Dale, still alive. Only ones left from the original group still alive.
Daryl.
Oh, sorry, yeah, Daryl. My bad.
Dale was still alive, none of this would be happening.
That'd be funny.
He was the only moral compass in that fucking group.
He lasted way longer in the comics. I mean, you know why he left, right?
Yeah, because of was it because of he wanted to leave or they wanted him to leave?
Frank Darabont. No, he was like, "Oh, you're firing him. I'm leaving."
It took that long for them to write him off?
Season 2.
Yeah, but he didn't die in the first 2 episodes.
No, he didn't.
Yeah, but like so that would have been like farther into production, wouldn't it? Damn.
Well, I mean, like, I don't know how TV series are filmed, but usually it's still sort of like in a window, more so than like episode to episode.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Oh, well, that might have...
They might have filmed his death at some point.
I was going to say that might have explained why there's like a few episodes where there's like no characters.
Yeah.
And there's like or rather...
Funny enough, do you know he went back and was like, never mind, I want to stay on the show. And they're like, fuck, we're too far into production to do that.
And how would you write him back in?
No, I'm saying no, like they'd cancel his death.
Yeah.
And just not have it, and have him continue as a character. Because I forgot, like, the boy, what's his name, Jimmy or whatever, was supposed to be the one that dies in that scene.
Congratulations, you remember the nameless guy.
Jimmy?
Yeah, that's right. The only reason I know that is because I just finished the review today.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and he was the one who drove the...
RV and got eaten in the RV. He was the one who's supposed to die there in that scene.
Yeah, you forgot to lock the door.
Yeah.
On all the fucking things you had to do, man, just lock that door in that RV and you're set.
They just needed some extra... I mean, he was supposed to die. He already lasted too long, so...
Oh, you know...
Lasted past his expiration date.
Did you know that in that scene, his last words were Herschel?
Really?
Yep, you hear him screaming for Herschel. I was like, man, poor guy got more character development.
You know, I read about that actor's, like, he said he was actually afraid of... His, like, fear is getting eaten. So him doing that scene was, like, awful for him.
Man, vor being a fucking phobia, that's terrifying.
Yeah.
Ugh.
But that's how he go. Like, that's how he went. And I read that while he was doing it, he was like, this was really scary. But also helped him out, too.
Yeah, I would say that would be a real good way to get into character.
Yeah.
Be, like, afraid of being eaten as if that's your actual legitimate...
Yeah. But yeah. So Dale was... Okay, because in the comics, Dale lasts all the way past Terminus, I think.
Really?
Yeah.
Damn, that's actually pretty far.
Yeah, he, whatever that, the one medic dude, what's his name? He's the one that gets with, Sasha first.
You've already surpassed names, because I don't even know who Sasha is.
There, Walking Dead. Yeah.
The last thing I remember from Walking Dead is, boy, man, this prison sucks. Man, there's no food in here. This prison sucks. There's no ammo here. This prison sucks. Is that a tank? And then I stopped watching.
Yeah. Man, season 1 was great. Season 3, half of it was good. The other half...
Can we all note DJ's counting? He went from 1 to 3.
Yeah. Season 2 was eh.
As he just said, season 2 wasn't that bad. Yeah, season 1 was good. Season 3 was pretty alright.
I mean, what do you want me to say? Season 2 is eh. It's not the worst, though.
You include it in the count.
Alright, season 1's good. Season 3, half of it's good.
Yeah.
The other half, season 3, can go with season 2 in the meh pile. Season 4 I thought was awesome.
I don't even remember what season 4 was.
That's the one where that's when the governor comes back and they lose the prison, and then they all get separated.
Well, season 3, the fucking just getting to the governor.
The season 3 was like the governor and the prison thing rolling concurrently.
I tapped out so early. Like, significantly earlier than I thought. I thought I at least made it through halfway season 4.
Yeah.
Damn.
That's funny. I just remember we were talking about Jason Momoa, who led the Game of Thrones, was like The Walking Dead.
Yeah.
That's funny.
Yeah, because then that could lead into the Sunday Night Wars.
Oh, yeah.
That's all it was, man.
The only other thing that I actually have that I want to talk about, because this is something you asked me.
Good.
We tried to say it for the podcast, like the new Sonic movie.
Oh my god, let's talk about it real quick. Okay.
Oh, hold on, I have the image for it.
Oh, cool. We'll have the point of reference so we can. Oh, no! You gotta pull up the one where it moves.
Gross.
That's not real.
This one.
That one's pretty fun.
Yeah, all right,
that's
fine.
6 feet under.
Yes.
Sonic 6 foot under.
I love this one.
Let's see. Oh my god, what is that?
That's Tails.
What?
That's someone's interpretation. That's not real.
Oh, dude, from this angle, it looks absolutely horrifying.
It still looks horrifying up close.
No, it does not. Not from. Is that Eggman?
No, that's Sonic the Hedgehog.
Dude, from over here, like the glare on the screen makes it look way worse. But anyway, yeah. So if you haven't seen this Sonic poster, you're so lucky.
You're missing.
Now, I'm not gonna be the one to bring up any dumb points about this because I actually don't give a shit about Sonic, and I've never really played the games aside from Sonic
Heroes.
Yes.
Yeah.
And that was a fun game. I enjoyed it. But DJ here is our resident
Sonic boy.
Our Sonic boy, our hedgehog boy.
Our hedge boy.
Our hedge boy. Or our hedgy boy. What do you think? What did you think when you first saw the poster, DJ?
Fuck, I don't know. I saw it. I was like, I can't believe it. I think I actually told you. I was like, man, what did they do to my boy?
We put it in the group, and then immediately you replied, "My boy, what did they do?"
No, I think the first one was like, "That's not real.
Oh,
that
that's
can't
what it was.
be
Yeah,
real."
you thought it was completely fake.
And you're like, "Oh yeah." And then you gave me the actual link, and I looked it up at the same time. And I was like, "Oh no. Ugh." Because thing about this is like Detective Pikachu, for all the opinions that people give about it, I think it looks great.
It does look pretty fun.
For like a Hollywood American Pokemon movie, it looks great. It could have been so much worse.
Mm-hmm.
And this looks like actual quality was put into Detective Pikachu.
Right.
I mean, like, I can't say anything about Sonic because it's only a post. It literally is only a motion poster. So I can't say. Oh, I found out so much about this movie though.
But he has calves.
I know, but listen,
he has really developed calves.
I know it's so weird, but listen, like I found out so many weird things about the Sonic movie that sort of makes me hopeful.
You're really weirder than Jim Carrey being Eggman.
But here's the thing, you know, like what was it? It's produced by Tim Miller.
Okay.
Or it's directed by Jeff Fowler. It's directed by Jeff Fowler. It's produced by Tim Miller.
Okay.
Tim Miller's the Deadpool guy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Funny enough, they both, Jeff Fowler and Tim Miller, have both been on the CG studios that have made the CG cutscenes for Shadow the Hedgehog and Sonic 06.
So, are you trying
They
to tell
have
me
made the actual models of the like the great cutscenes that are in Shadow. You know, the one where fucking Shadow gets the gun, walks over. That's them. They're part of that team that's made that.
But they do not. It does not look like that from that poster.
It doesn't. It's so like I don't know if this is like a studio thing, because I feel like clearly, because I didn't know that Jeff Fowler and Tim Miller were both like their own respective companies were involved in Sonic beforehand, but they were legitimately involved in like, and most of the people agree, like even if the games people don't like them, they agree the cutscenes look great.
Oh, they do, yeah.
Like Sonic 06 like cutscene, the one that people thought was Final Fantasy.
Yeah, I do know which one you're talking about.
Yeah, like that one looks amazing, and I'm just like, it makes me slightly hopeful because they seem to they've been part of that history that understands that Sonic looks really great in a 3D like scenario like that.
Yeah.
But just the model that they showed is weird. It's like it's trying to go the Detective Pikachu route, but worse. Like they're trying to make it a little too realistic. Like Detective Pikachu is like Pikachu with fur.
Right.
It's just he's
it's
furrier.
It's an actualized Pikachu.
Yeah.
It's what Pikachu should and would look like.
Yeah, but they have the half and half where they still keep the sort of like same facial animation, like Jigglypuff and Mr. Mime.
I think Mr. Mime is the most like right on the head that they did, because that's exactly what that fucking thing would look like in real life.
Yeah.
And there's no getting around
guy.
it. Yeah, huh?
Creepy mime guy.
Creepy mime guy, and there was a big, I don't want to call it a kerfuffle or anything like that, but it was a big like thing when people were like furry Jigglypuff.
Yeah.
And the more I think about it, there's no way I would be able to handle Jigglypuff if it was just a ball of skin.
Yeah.
That'd be fucking weird and scary. That'd be way worse.
Yeah, it makes sense.
Way worse.
Yeah.
But
most of them are animals. That's why it makes sense for most of them. Like as Charizard he has scales on him in the trailer.
And Tyranitar's in the trailer too.
Huh?
T-Tar.
Oh really?
Yeah, he's for a quick second. No, it's when the mountain moves.
Ah, okay.
He's supposed, and like they're giving it.
Greninja looks like a frog. He has like He has amphibian-like skin.
Yeah, they're giving it the qualities that we all have always said and debated on what they like. Would Greninja really look like a frog, or would it look like he does in the game? It's like we wouldn't know.
Yeah, but I mean, this is the best aspect of it, where they look like they look exactly like they do in the games, just in a more realistic take.
Right. So why can't we do that with Sonic? Because I'm fucking terrified to see what they're gonna do with his
eyes. Here's the thing about this, where it's like I feel like they should have just went like. Because the Smurfs route, where they just made it the Smurfs in the real world.
Should they have just went Who Framed Roger Rabbit?
That thing, I don't know though, because like, would you want like a 2D Sonic?
Would you?
No.
How would you? Okay, well, how would it look better as a Smurfs or as like a?
I would legitimately say that Sonic would work better as just a straight 3D movie, because I mean he looks great in Wreck-It Ralph.
Oh, dude, like wouldn't that just be making like a long cutscene?
Yeah.
Yeah, just like. Huh, yeah, I agree with that. Like that.
I think the studio is going maybe the Michael Bay Ninja Turtles route, where you do like a CG, real world hybrid and try to fit the turtles into that, because obviously I think their thought process on that was like the turtles are actually really short in cartoon and comics.
Are they?
Yeah, they're shorter than April O'Neil for sure.
I could have sworn some of the cartoons they were looking her in the eye.
Mm-mm.
Really?
Maybe the 2003 one.
Okay.
Maybe, because they're a little bit bigger there, but they're still not human size. So I guess the way it's like how to make them look better around other humans is to make them gigantic.
They made them massive. The more I think about it, like they towered. They towered next to Casey.
Yeah,
they were, and like Casey was supposed to be an imposing guy himself.
Yeah, like in the original movie, he's taller than Raphael. He's like the Jason looking guy.
No, yeah, I know. He is.
Yeah, but no, I'm saying like in terms of like his aesthetic, like he's tall and like menacing.
He's defended people as like a goalie. Like,
yeah,
you know, he has like the hockey stick and the mask, so like that's he should look imposing. But like in the Michael Bay movies, from what I remember, I don't think he looked that big and tough. I don't really remember.
He was Arrow, so he.
Oh, okay, that's fair.
Steve Arnell,
right.
I think that's his name.
I don't know.
But I mean, he was all right in that movie.
Anyway, back to the reason we're talking about Turtles is for Sonic.
Yeah. But so I was going to like the whole CG thing where it's like I honestly don't think Sonic would look good in a 3D real world hybrid.
Oh man,
because the best I've ever seen him in a 3D real world hybrid was that Progressive commercial with him and Flo.
What?
Yeah, he was in Progressive for like 2 commercials.
This is what happens when you cut cable and you never watch commercials.
And it's like it looked really nice for a fucking commercial, for an insurance commercial.
Why is it that some like commercials can get things better than some movie companies?
Because they don't like compromise. They just have Sonic show up as himself. They don't have him like, what would he actually look like in the real world? No, they just have a 3D model of the Sonic from the games talking to Flo from Progressive.
Why is that so hard to get through their heads? Like, if you just take Sonic from the game and put him next to fucking Jonah Hill, like, we'll just take that.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Like, well, like, we're okay with it. Because, like, it seems like Hollywood's always trying to make, like, they need realism. They need to make it look good. Like, Bumblebee is getting really good reviews.
I know.
And you know what one of the reviewers said?
What?
It was really nice because I could see what was going on when they were fighting.
Yeah.
And I think one of the quotes was, it didn't look like 2 Radio Shacks trying to have sex with each other.
That is a huge problem in those movies.
Yeah, it's just so, like,
you can't tell who's who, honestly.
Oh, no. Like, in the first one, like, it was awesome.
Well, I feel like I was gonna say, the first one was good because there wasn't that many of them.
Yeah, and you get, like, it was cool seeing all the gears in their face move. And, like, yeah, to me, it was still very unnerving seeing Optimus Prime with a mouth.
Mm-hmm.
I'm so used to him having that,
with the
like,
mask,
yeah.
But it's not too weird though.
No, it's not. But then as we kept going and
more,
dude, fucking, I watched the last night the reviews. I will never watch the movie because no way.
Yeah.
Cause I told you about the big one of the big early twists in the movie about that, right?
What, Optimus Prime is a villain or something?
Nope.
What?
How Harriet Tubman and Frederick Douglass helped move Transformers in the Underground Railroad. Yep.
What?
That's canon in the fucking
movies,
universe.
Whatever.
And you know who tells you this? Sir Anthony Hopkins.
Cool.
He needed a paycheck.
Oh man, who else? What's his name? Fraser was in the one before
X-Men?
that.
Yes, you're right.
Huh?
X-Men,
Yeah.
you're right.
But I'm saying Fraser was in Transformers 4, I think.
Oh, yeah, he was.
Yeah. Oh, I
like Fraser, not Kelsey Grammer.
Yeah, I was trying to think of his name. I was like, what's his name again? I was like, Fraser. The guy from Cheers.
Yo, I really like how Brooklyn Nine-Nine makes music.
The Lonely Nine-Nine.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, Sonic.
But yeah, so
awful.
Oh man.
I really hope, because I'm hearing rumors that it's a test. Like they show this like little poster
to see how people react.
Everybody's like, this sucks, and then it turns out
back to the drawing board.
It's like actually just regular Sonic. And it's like, sorry, we tricked you guys.
Man,
I'd rather that.
Would you rather that thing where they do where it's like the lights are down and the silhouette and it's over the face and you can't see it, and then like the motion poster Sonic shows up and he's looking down and he's like, so. And then, like, he lifts his head up and he just pops into being regular Sonic with the full lights up. He's like, I thought it was someone else, huh? Like, that would... I would
cry, because that would be great.
That'd be awful, dude. I can't stand shit like that.
Really? You can't stand, like, the trick?
Because it's just so, like, oh, man, it's gonna be so bad. I'm setting it up to be terrible. Oh, no, wait. It's subverting my expectations to subvert my expectations.
That's okay with me as long as I get it right.
I need to see Eggman. Because if you can't tell me Jim Carrey wouldn't put that fucking suit on.
He would, yeah.
They've
tried to do a realistic Eggman before.
He'd show up in the suit. They'd ask how you got it.
Yeah.
He's like, I made it.
Sonic 06 has a realistic take on Eggman where he's a little bit thinner and he looks more like an actual person. Mm-hmm. I could see that as being like an inspiration for like what a real Eggman would look like.
Is Robotnik and Eggman the same person?
Yes.
Okay.
His name's Dr. Ivo Robotnik.
I just want people to know that this is... I found this fact out now.
Miles Tails Prower.
Oh, I knew about that one. That one was very obvious. But just to actually end this out, since you said Michael Bay, I want everyone to remember that there is going to be a Michael Bay directed Dora the Explorer movie.
Is that still going on?
Oh, as far as I know, it is.
I think we talked about that in the Lost podcast, right?
No, that wasn't the first one. No, it wasn't.
No, it wasn't.
God damn it! I made that fucking thumbnail for no reason.
Oh, you made a thumbnail for it?
I made the photo. Remember? I made the photo of Dora exploding with like all fire behind her with boots.
Yeah, you did. You did. I remember that. Well, you can use it now.
Yeah. Michael Bay, Dora the Explorer.
Watch it just be Google search straight into you got tricked.
Yeah, right. Oh, no. Okay, well this is from February of last year from the sci-fi.com website. Holy shit. Michael Bay's live-action Dora the Explorer movie will swing into theaters next summer. What?
That works for me.
Swiped itself up the release date of August 2nd, 2019. The adaptation of the kid-friendly Nick Jr. TV show will be produced by Paramount and Michael Bay's Platinum Dunes. And oh wow, while Nicholas Stoller, the guy who wrote The Muppets, Neighbors, and Zoolander 2. What a way to go, 150%.
Awesome.
Oh, it's right in the screenplay. The movie's plot is a sequel to the animated series in which Dora moves in with her cousin Diego, who got his own spin-off in 2005.
I like how they have to explain all the characters in this universe.
Seriously. Dude, the sentence literally says, who got his own spin-off in 2005, Go Diego Go, Dora the Explorer kicked off in 2000, following the adventures of the eponymous young girl with her monkey friend Boots.
I love it.
While trying to reach a certain destination... Oh my god, they're explaining the plot!
Oh boy. I think we read that before.
They would teach kids how to say certain words in Spanish and give them a chance to interact with the program a la Blue's Clues, asking questions followed by long, eerie silences.
Oh, they're explaining the plot of the series, yeah.
Yeah. It ran till 2014. Holy shit.
I know, right?
God. So there's no...
They did a teen Dora on the Nickelodeon website, stuff
also,
like that.
they're not talking about the plot.
No. They're explaining the plot of the series.
Oh, hell no. They would never talk about the plot of this movie because they don't even know what the plot of this movie is.
They're still writing it even now. It's like, imagine production's done, they're still writing the story now.
Hey, man, this game is made as you play it.
Yeah. See, look how good that looks.
Oh, that looks great!
I know, right?
That looks so... If we did, I would take that.
Yeah, right?
That would look good.
Person, Sonic, fine, good.
Interaction, it looks good.
Yeah. End it there. But nope.
That could be the movie. Just have this still for 90 minutes.
I would take it. Whatever. Oh, so, podcast. It's over, right?
Yeah.
You want to end it now? Alright, hold on.
I'm pretty sure it's done what?
Oh
no.
Here you go. I want you to open this on,
Wow.
on podcast. Merry Christmas.
Wow. Wow. Alright.
I hope you don't take this 100% seriously, though.
Okay. I'm almost frightened as to what could be in this package. I'm also enjoying how putting me on blast is like a running theme.
Why are you putting you on blast? It's a gift.
You're putting me on blast at work all the time.
Yes.
Yeah. Not an ounce of hesitation there.
I've been calm on that.
You have been, and I do appreciate it because I haven't been reacting to you.
I let work do that to you.
What?
Give you your reactions.
Hey, I've been getting way better.
Yeah.
Here's right. Fair.
You want to read that out loud?
Sure. KTC, here's your equal revenue for your work at T4K. And the envelope is fucking empty. Happy lolly days to you and your family. And hope to see more great and fantastic commentary this year from Boss.
I should have wrote Sensei, but
you should have wrote Matt because he is the boss.
From Matt. Well, funny enough, I have his. And it says LBN founder.
So would you address his from Boss?
I don't know.
From yours.
I think I just said Merry Christmas, Matt.
Oh, nice. All right. Oh, that's fucking hysterical. Oh, fucking awesome. Oh my god, thank you so much. I've always wanted... What the fuck is this? Is this in pounds? Did you get this from Europe?
I have no idea where that's from.
Dude, no, the sticker... Okay, since this is an audio podcast, I'm holding a... What is this?
The new card game you should get into.
I'm holding a tin, like for collectible cards, TCG, for Lord of the Rings, the Fellowship of the Ring, action flips with a Z. And the sticker says, each tin contains 2 packs of action flips plus 1 promotional action flips, but the price is $9.99 in pounds.
I hope you get into the meta, bro.
I think I might keep this sealed because this might be a long-term investment that
You
I
should.
can keep and flip later on down the line.
Oh, the action flip down the line.
Thank you so much. I cannot wait to get you the strawberry stem extractor. Or the handheld plate washer.
I'm waiting for. Oh fuck! I forgot about that.
You always forget about that one.
You're gonna save that one?
Yeah, I'm gonna save that. Open that afterwards.
Okay, cool. All right, so that's pretty much it.
Yeah, so
2019.
We're actually gonna attempt to try and do this a little bit more than not ever.
I
mean,
whenever we can, right?
Yeah, I mean, like this kind of format is a little bit better. We have a little bit less structure, but it's a little bit more fun for that. And look at that, we're not going closer to that 3-hour mark like last time.
When was that?
The first one.
Was that 3 hours long?
It fucking felt like it.
Funny, I think I rewatched that podcast like a little bit ago. I don't remember how long it was.
I felt it was like close to 2 hours. But anyway, so you can find me at King Tut's Cousin on YouTube, Instagram, and Twitter. And it's all one word, King Tut's Cousin. And where can people find you at?
Oh yeah, Fierce Punch. Find me on YouTube, Instagram. You could also find me on Twitter doing absolutely fuck all.
You should be on Twitter more.
I don't do shit on there.
Neither do I. Like,
oh, you know they're taking away automatic posting from YouTube for Twitter.
Thank God.
Yeah, you have to automatically like set. You have to do it yourself.
Good.
Share it.
Because like, I never had my YouTube linked to my Twitter though.
Oh really?
Yeah, I never.
Well,
really
it made it easier for me just to type in like just to have it like so it could post automatically to Twitter. Doesn't matter. It's not like people follow me anywhere.
Yeah, because you don't post anything.
That's true. Well, all right, that's it.
Well, thanks for listening, guys. Hope you had a good time, and we'll be talking to you later.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.